This story happened in not an ordinary corpse. The next morning, they carried the body for cremation. Sita shaved his head and mourned for his partner. When the coffin was lifted onto the car, it shook violently along the road all the way to the with words. When the funeral began, the mother and father cried uncontrollably. However, Ratana's older sister kept insisting that her younger sister was not truly dead. She wanted to go up to the cremation platform, but people would not allow her. Ratana's body was truly dead, yet her soul was not at peace. While the cremation was taking place, the Achar, Buddhist ritual master, said something was wrong. The body would not burn. From 10 a.m. until 5:01 p.m., the fire kept burning, but the body would not turn to ashes. Ratana's mother told the Achar that perhaps her daughter had died with deep resentment. She then explained the whole story of her daughter's suffering. After hearing this, the Achar understood and asked, "Where is her husband?" The Achar told the husband to come and bow in front of the cremation site and walk around it 3 times to ask for forgiveness. Even then, the body still would not burn. The Achar chanted prayers, but the fire still failed. Finally, 4 monks were invited to come and sprinkle holy water while chanting. Only then did the cremation succeed. The process ended around 9 p.m. While the family was collecting the ashes and bones, the Achar instructed them to give the ashes to the husband and have him scatter them into the river while asking for forgiveness. Suddenly, the table holding Ratana's belongings, her clothes and things she loved, flipped over by itself. No one paid much attention. They simply put the items back and continued collecting the bones. Then, Ratana's spirit possessed the body of her close friend. Through her friend's body, Ratana walked straight to her husband and slapped him twice across the face. Crying and shouting at the same time, she said, "You have ruined my heart and my life. You slept with my friend behind my back. I will never forgive you. I refuse to be reborn." When the husband's mother found out what had happened, she forced her son to leave the area immediately, fearing that Ratana's ghost would continue to haunt him. Before he left for another province, his mother invited monks to perform a ritual to wash the road, preventing the spirit from following him. The ritual worked. Ratana's ghost could no longer find him. But her spirit did not disappear. Ratana began appearing to other people, especially her husband's friends. One night, 3 of his friends rode together on a single motorcycle. They sat eating noodles and playing games until 10 p.m. On the way back, the one sitting behind said he suddenly felt chills and told the driver to go faster. The driver sped up, but they heard someone calling them to stop. When they looked back, they saw no one. When they thought they had arrived home, they stopped. One of them got off, then strangely climbed back on, then got off again. In front of the house, there was a scarecrow-like doll farmers often place outside, wearing a hat. When one of them looked again, he saw the head moving. He stared carefully, but then saw nothing. They continued riding and dropped one friend off at what they believed was his house. As soon as he stepped off the motorcycle, a large truck crashed into all 3 of them. In reality, they had stopped in the middle of the national road. The ghost had made them see it as a house. Luckily, all 3 survived, but they were seriously injured and hospitalized. One of them, who was very close to Ratana's husband and knew the truth about the affair, was the worst affected. Every time he opened his eyes, he saw Ratana's face and nearly went insane. Finally, he screamed, "I quit! I'll stop hiding the truth." Monks were invited to the hospital to chant and sprinkle holy water around the beds, the pillows, and the entire room. Only then did the haunting slowly come to an end. One of Ratana's husband's close friends later confessed that every time he opened his eyes, he saw Ratana's ghost sitting silently on his legs. Sometimes while he was sleeping, he heard soft laughter whispering right beside his ear. At other times, he would wake up, and everything around him was completely dark. Then he would hear a voice saying, "You are almost dead." The haunting continued until he nearly went insane. Doctors said he was mentally ill because he had suffered a head injury, but everyone found it strange that he kept screaming only one name, Ratana, the woman who had died. The other 2 friends recovered more easily, but they were too frightened to stay in the village anymore and eventually left, disappearing from the area. 2 years later, Ratana's husband Siha returned to the village. He acted as if nothing had ever happened. One evening, he went drinking with friends in the rice fields behind his house. While drinking, Siha suddenly looked across the field and saw 4 or 5 people walking. He asked, "Who are those people?" But the others saw nothing. When he looked again, the figures were gone. Siha immediately realized he was being haunted. He told his friends to stop drinking and rushed home. When he reached home, he told his mother what had happened. She scolded him and told him not to go anywhere and to stay inside the house. Later that night, Siha went to sleep. The spirit followed him into the room. He tried to pretend he was asleep, but suddenly he heard the sound of a cat crying. He followed the sound and looked toward the window. Sitting there was a figure with its back turned, legs dangling outside, but its head slowly turned to face him. Its eyes bulged out of their sockets. Its tongue hung down. Siha screamed, waking the entire house. His mother rushed to get 3 incense sticks, sprinkled holy water, and placed them beside him so he could lie down again. But soon after, Siha began screaming once more. "Mother! The ghosts are all over the roof!" They immediately took him to a monk in the middle of the night. The monk sprinkled holy water, and Siha cried out, "My brother is here. He's waiting at the temple gate." The monk calmly replied, "Don't worry. They won't follow you," and tied a blessed string around Siha's wrist, telling him to go home. But the haunting did not stop. This time even his mother was affected. While driving home together, his parents tried to comfort him in the car. Suddenly his mother screamed, "We're going to crash!" His father swerved the steering wheel just in time. Thankfully, there was no accident. Shocked, he asked what she had seen. She replied, "I saw a person cut in half, raising their hands and screaming for help." The next morning, they went to Ratana's mother's house and begged for help. They explained that Ratana's ghost kept haunting Siha, and that he was close to losing his sanity. They then went to see a spiritual medium, and asked why Ratana's spirit still refused to be reborn. During the ritual, Ratana's ghost possessed the medium's wife. She suddenly stood up, raised her hand, and slapped Siha, Ratana's husband, across the face. Speaking through her, Ratana said she would never forgive him. She revealed everything. how Siha had taken her necklace and sold it, how he had slept with her friend, and even mentioned the exact day and time it happened. She said she wanted Siha to die together with her. After saying all this, her spirit left the body. Siha's mother then decided that her son should become a monk. However, the monks refused to ordain him, though no one knew the exact reason. She told Siha not to go anywhere and to stay inside the house. She also invited another spiritual master to come and help. They changed his name, surname, and even his birth date, but Ratana's ghost continued to follow him. Eventually, Siha was close to losing his sanity because of the constant haunting. One day, Siha suddenly saw a chicken walking around inside the house and asked his father whose chicken it was. His father could not see anything. Siha begged him to chase the chicken away. Thinking his son was hallucinating, the father pretended to chase the chicken, even though there was no chicken at all. His mother lit incense. As Siha lay down with his eyes half open, he saw his mother holding the incense. Suddenly he screamed, "Mother, where is your head?" "Your head is gone," his mother replied in fear. "My head is right here." "What are you talking about?" Terrified, she rushed forward and hugged her son. The final time Siha saw Ratana's ghost was the most terrifying. While he was lying down, he turned toward the foot of the bed and saw Ratana standing there, cutting her own body with a knife. Siha believed she was about to kill him. In panic, he jumped from the house. He fell heavily, breaking an arm, a leg, and the knife he was holding. From that moment on, he became permanently disabled. Ratana's biological mother later went to perform offerings and sought help from spiritual masters, begging her daughter not to remain bound to Siha anymore. During the ritual, Ratana's spirit possessed the medium again and spoke to her mother. She said, "Do you know how much pain I am in? Do you know how much I suffered? He betrayed me. He knew I loved him deeply, yet he hurt me. I cried every night." After telling her mother everything, Ratana's spirit continued, "I forgive Siha, but I will not be reborn. I will not go anywhere." Her mother begged her, crying, "Please, my child, don't be like this. Go and be reborn." But Ratana replied, "No, I want to stay and watch Siha until he grows old and dies."